He is literally Hitler. I mean,
Literally.
people voted for him?
Don't make it
Racist.
Harvey, can you take it 2 feet over? You're blocking the TV.
Okay, when dealing with this whole Weinstein drama, I've always said this. I don't want to attribute to collusion what can be attributed to incompetence. But with the Weinstein in Hollywood sexual assault situation, and the sexual assault situation at large, this is the question of the day. Are we at a point where the preponderance of evidence leaves no other option at this point? You would have to believe incompetence on such a massive scale. It almost seems less realistic. What do you think? I would genuinely like to know. We're going to go through some of the worst offenders. Before I get to this, let me set this up, okay? Everyone's a hypocrite. Everyone in this room is a hypocrite. If you have any standards at all, you're a hypocrite. That's not what this is about. Now, the difference is Hollywood gives themselves awards and they laud themselves with praise simply for their pearl-clutching hypocrisy, their virtue signaling. And the ultimate irony is they're the worst hypocrites, which is really hard to do when you have absolutely no standards.
No standards at all.
Like your high jump is already below knee level and they're missing it. So this is what it is. Everyone's a hypocrite. I get that. You can point that out to every single person, but they don't all make livings as hypocrites. That's the issue.
Can you believe this scumbag is our president?
He is literally Hitler. I mean,
Literally.
people voted for him?
Don't make it
Racist.
Harvey, can you take it 2 feet over? You're blocking the TV. I mean, it's the Christian right taking the high ground and then voting for this guy. It's just.
Did you see his tweets?
I know their hypocrisy knows no bounds.
We should find that too horrible to air, but we're hypocrites. So
Yeah.
let's go.
Chocolate.
Ruined so many films that were family favorites. Let's go through the worst offenders here, because again, and then we can tie it to or look at Hollywood at large. First off, okay, right off, Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep, very close to Weinstein. Talked about being close to Weinstein. As a matter of fact, called him God in one of her acceptance speeches.
I just want to thank my agent, Kevin Uvain, and God, Harvey Weinstein.
Whoa.
He didn't make her from the rib of man. He just raped her.
Yeah.
As a man. And then she went on to say that she had no idea, she claimed, regarding his sex scandal. She had no clue. Okay, again, let's do. Nothing has been proven yet. Okay, a lot of this is alleged, but. Here's the deal with Meryl Streep. Why don't I tend to believe her? Because even if she did know that Harvey Weinstein was a sexual assault, multiple-time felon, she doesn't have a problem with it. We know beyond a shadow of doubt she has no problem with sexual assault, as seen by her saying she felt sorry for multiple child rapist Roman Polanski for him being in jail, and she gave him a standing ovation at an awards ceremony.
And the Oscar goes to Roman Polanski.
Yes, Roman Polanski. I'm very sorry that he's in jail.
Now, it might seem like that's bad, considering that he anally raped a 13-year-old girl on Quaaludes.
Might seem
Someone
that
would
way.
say that's, look behind you, there's the line, but everyone's line is different. Here's the real kicker. It wouldn't be as bad if she weren't traversing the country and in every single speech decrying
Every opportunity.
bullying, taking this pseudo-moral superiority at any opportunity possible.
Disrespect invites disrespect. Violence incites violence. When the powerful use their position to bully others, we all lose.
Does rape fall under the bullying umbrella in this scenario?
That's what they always do. They always say what they should say to the person giving them gold and fame to just some other guy.
Right. Yeah. It's like this message, by the way, it's like, it's not for you, Harvey. Don't consider yourself but about the powerful. No, Harvey, you're good. You're good. I just have to say this to the room. Here's the next one that really bothers me, Gwyneth Paltrow. So Gwyneth Paltrow has now come out, and I know people say you're victim blaming. I get if they're a victim of sexual assault, absolutely, they have proof they should be heard. But there are two separate issues. So Gwyneth Paltrow claims that Weinstein made unwanted advances on her leading up to this the film Emma. And allegedly Brad Pitt knew
about it.
And confronted him about it. Very, very meekly. But here's the thing. At this exact same time, she was publicly thanking Weinstein in acceptance speeches.
I would like to thank Harvey Weinstein and everybody at Miramax Films for their undying support of me.
And here's, at this point, she's no longer just a self-serving hypocrite. She is that, but she's acting as an active recruiting tool for Weinstein.
Yeah.
If you are being raped, if you're being sexually assaulted behind the scenes, now you're a victim, but there is some culpability if you're going up to an awards show and you know that girls from across the country are watching the glitz and the glamour and these glorious actresses. And I'm looking up to Gwyneth Paltrow and her homemade 90 $95 dinners that you can make too, because she's just like
Just
you.
like you.
And you're watching saying, oh, well, what do I need to do? What did Gwyneth Paltrow do? Oh, Weinstein was the one who gave her a leg up. She is acting as a recruitment tool for other women.
It's called vouching for someone.
Exactly.
Like if a mechanic breaks my car and then I just go to a friend and go, you got to use this guy, and then their car is broken. He's like, hey, thanks a lot, man, except you escalate that to rape.
Yeah. Your guy over there at Midas put his dick in the tailpipe of my car.
Yeah.
I don't even know how he expected that to help. Here's one thing, too, that really I find odd. Not a single ass kicking from a husband or boyfriend with
None.
Weinstein? Not one? Like, not a single husband or boyfriend came forward and kicked his ass. When I read that Brad Pitt confronted Weinstein, I'm like, oh, so Weinstein has been shot once. No. She's like, oh, but did you do this? Well, please don't do that, but I do hope you give me another
Shame on
role.
you.
And from someone who's been in this, it's like the thing the Hollywood left will do, that if she just didn't say he was great, that absence of praise or absence of condemnation, it does the opposite. Like for me, it was I wouldn't attack Trump voters.
Right.
And so people, that silence, like when you see people in Hollywood that don't talk politics, typically
Means you're conservative.
Yeah, they start assuming you're conservative. And it's the same thing with her. If she didn't thank Harvey Weinstein, they would be like, you better thank Harvey Weinstein, or else it's obvious that like you're revealing that he's a scumbag.
Exactly. Yeah, that's an important point. A lot of people don't necessarily know the politics behind the scenes, and you better thank Harvey Weinstein. We've been in the industry. I was surprised this story broke. Well, everyone's known that for years. It turns out there's more evidence and accusations here now, and more people are coming forward. That's why it is. And of course, by the way, with Gwyneth Paltrow, of course, all of this with Gwyneth happened while she was championing feminist causes like the gender pay gap, because she's a strong feminist who praises the people who commit sexual assault. Let's move on to Tina Fey.
Hoes want money, yo.
They want the money. Now, if we say that, that's considered sexist. If Harvey Weinstein says it, it's considered foreplay. Tina Fey knew all along, and you look back, you can see Seth MacFarlane's joke. You can see these little cues that everyone knew. She knew all along about Weinstein's debauchery. She even had a sketch in her show, 30 Rock. Okay, it was titled Jenna Turned Down Harvey Weinstein 3 out of 5 times. Roll clip.
Don't do it, J-Mo. You don't want to mess with Weird Al.
Oh, please. I'm not afraid of anyone in show business. I turned down intercourse with Harvey Weinstein on no less than 3 occasions out of 5.
It's almost like it's a well-known secret.
That's called normalizing, by the way.
Well,
that's the thing they keep accusing us for constantly. That's what they do.
In literary terms, it's also foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Some people say this is foreshadowing. By the way, then Tina Fey, noted feminist and non-comedian in chief, went on to tell college-educated white women who voted for Trump that, well, first off, she chastised them and then told them that they couldn't look away.
A lot of this election was turned by white, college-educated women who now would maybe like to forget about this election and go back to watching HGTV, and I would want to urge them to like,
silly middle American women.
Because it doesn't affect you this minute, but it's going to affect you eventually.
What about being mounted? Does that affect me right now? It might not affect you right now while you're watching AGTV. What about your guy who raped me? Could someone consider? I mean, I don't even necessarily think that that's effect by association. I think it's direct because he was inside of me against my will. Tina Fey, strong feminist. This is what again. Everyone's a hypocrite, but they make a living off of their hypocrisy. A huge component to Hollywood is giving yourself an award, and a huge component to getting an award is speaking out politically, and a huge component to speaking out politically in Hollywood, if you're going to be taken seriously, is simply to vilify middle America. Let's go. This is the final trifecta. We had to wrap them all up in one. Yeah. The worst offenders: Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and Jimmy Kimmel. Okay, those are probably the closest people to Weinstein. You go back to Good Will Hunting, Matt Damon,
responsible for a lot of
Ben Affleck. Now, according to Sharon Waxman, who wrote an expose on Weinstein in 2004, again, this is alleged, but Matt Damon made a call demanding that the story be spiked. And then she said the story was stripped of any reference to sexual favors or coercion and buried on the inside of the culture section, an obscure story about Miramax firing an Italian executive. So this is something that journalists have been trying to expose for a while. This is something that several people have known. As a matter of fact, Rose McGowan called out Matt Damon, asking him what it feels like to be a spineless profiteer, which he is. Now, we get it. People aren't huge fans of Matt Damon. But at this point, this is trending, right? Everywhere. Matt Damon is trending, Ben Affleck right now, because people are looking into it. So Jimmy Kimmel created a segment it was trending on YouTube today. Kimmel, now the guy who cried for Cecil the lion, the guy who cried about gun control, healthcare, did he cry for countless potential rape and molestation
of
victims?
His friends?
Here's
his friends!
And something else to note, of his friends, by the way. When there are trending videos and trends on Twitter, okay, and it's really, really bad for Ben Affleck, for Matt Damon right now. If you're watching this, please just don't check Twitter. You're gonna have a bad time.
Get sucked in.
Jimmy Kimmel deliberately created a video to act as Damon's PR guy to bury the bad searches, strategically releasing this fluff piece.
They're cool.
Okay, look.
I'm on the show.
How does that even work?
Huh?
Manipulating this.
I hacked into the system.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
that's enough. We can shut that off. Remember when people got mad at Fallon for not vilifying Trump enough?
For normalizing.
Right.
It's almost like the hypocrites.
Almost like they're making a living off of hypocrisy. Of course, Rose McGowan also called out Ben Affleck, the lesser talented Damon brother, as he's affectionately known. So here's what's so interesting about Ben Affleck to me. Hillary Burton accused Ben Affleck of groping her on set of not One Tree Hill, but on I think it was
One Tree Hill.
No, it was TRL. She was a One Tree Hill
TRL.
actress, so she accused him of groping her. Now there's video of this. Here's what's interesting to me is. Okay, this happened, but there's also this clip from a 2004 interview. I remember this clip because I was in Montreal when this happened. This is from a French-Canadian channel, and it's been on the internet for a long time.
Well, you usually show a lot more cleavage than this. What's the story? Why are you covering it up today? That never stopped me before from getting the titties out. These breasts are very firm. Suspiciously firm. Let's do a Janet Jackson stunt. Are you wearing your nipple ring? Why? All you want to do is have sex all the time. You don't want to talk, you don't want to hold me. And the only time we do get to talk is when you think it's going to be about sex. Okay, thank you. How you doing? Goodbye, my sweet girl.
So
that's just a year after Geely. How the hell do you have that kind of confidence?
How do you become a creepy 80-year-old man when you're a young movie star? Like, that's like how, like, the creepiest, oldest dude in my neighborhood would talk. Like, hey, yeah, look at your boobies. Like, that guy was like a movie star. Like, how is he so creepy
I
and
bet
old?
you only want to talk about sex, huh? He went out and he publicly condemned Weinstein, saying this is disgusting, and we have to put more women in positions of power, and I am sickened by this act from Weinstein. So he said that, then immediately apologized to Hillary, saying, I acted inappropriately. But he only apologized for that. He made this condemnation. When I see these things, I don't just go, okay, there's a bad clip of Ben Affleck. He knew that this clip was out there. To me, that shows no conscience whatsoever. He was condemning Weinstein, hoping that he would get away with this clip out there. Yeah. It's like that kid everyone had in the group who you knew you were caught and you were all fessing up, but he would still lie.
Still lie.
When you were caught dead to rights, you'd be like, yeah, okay, we did do it. We did go swimming without a lifeguard. And you're like, I didn't.
I was over there.
It's not even just lying. It's going the other direction. Because, like, we're friends. You know that I'm a fairly messy person. Like, you know, I'm just a messy guy. That'd be the equivalent of not just lying about that, being like, yeah, I'm not messy. I would then attack you and be like, what's up with all this dust?
They have this God complex that they think they're going to go. Like, do you realize, Ben Affleck? We have access to clips from 2004. It's not like Montreal, some faraway land.
Thanks, Al Gore.
And this isn't by design. This isn't by happenstance, right? This is absolutely by design. The Hollywood left, like you just said, it's evil, and that's why they have disdain for conservative America. You made this point. It's just evil people hate good people.
Yeah. And I like the quote that the line between good and evil goes through someone's heart, because we're all capable of good and evil, but like people trying to be good are seen like and people that have just accepted this hedonistic, awful existence, it like bothers them to see happy people, and they want to make them miserable like themselves, and they want to just attack them.
So they have disdain for middle America and basic, of course, as Owen points out, basic biology. That's why the Weinsteins are some of the biggest Democrat donors in recent decades. Over $1 million since 2000.
That's more than $4.
To multiple Democrat politicians. You know,
that's 1/3 of the entire NRA, by the way.
Yeah.
For boy guy.
When it comes to Hillary Clinton, by the way, she was quicker to come out and condemn the NRA for what happened in Vegas than she was Weinstein. The big difference is the NRA didn't put their penis in an unwilling victim.
No.
Don't take our word for it. Here are the politicians themselves.
This is possible because of Harvey. He is a wonderful human being, a good friend.
The President, thank you for being my guest tonight. And as I said, I always learn amazing things from you.
He and I have been
Sure he does.
friends for a very, very long time. He's amazingly talented, but he's also amazingly charitable. Harvey, I'm proud to know you.
It's true. He will give his penis to anyone who will have it and some who won't. And then you have this, again, we're talking about, do you think, again, comment, I really want to see your comments on this because I often go back and forth. Is everyone incompetent? Barack Obama, the same thing with the 77 cents in the dollar. Do we have to believe that Barack Obama doesn't have access to Google? He can't actually make sense of these statistics. He can't see, oh, that's a basic number that people just take with the median salary for women, median salary for men. It doesn't take into account hours or degrees or experience. Okay, we get it. It's untrue. Are we to assume that President Barack Obama had no clue as to what's been happening with the Weinsteins, and that's why he sent Malia? He was going to send Malia over for an internship. Again, no fathers, no husbands kicking anybody's ass when it comes to the Weinsteins. You can attribute stupidity sometimes, but at some point, you have to believe, and this is where I am, that Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Meryl Streep, Gwyneth Paltrow, Casey Affleck, Jimmy Kimmel, Tina Fey, Drew Barrymore, Chuck Schumer, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, either they're all idiots, complete morons, who never knew at all, as Meryl Streep says, I had no idea, or they are actively banding together to sweep evil under the rug out of convenience.
I mean, it feels like a bad dream. I still can't believe he's really president. I know, I hope he gets impeached. I think he probably will, but then we could end up with Mike Pence. Oh, God. It's hard to know what's worse.
You know what it is, yeah. Dick hole.
Hey, Harvey, pipe down in there!
There's this intrinsically paternalistic view. There we go, be a little quieter. Yeah. Really worried about where we're going.
Hey, if you like this video, subscribe by clicking the button. It's a circular button now that says subscribe. If not, head on over to the Young Turks. That's probably more your speed. Although they're coming over here, Cenk, we know you're here watching. I can smell you from here. There's also a recommended video box playing right up there. You can join the Mug Club at louderwithcrowder.com/mugclub for daily content, so we're not dependent here on YouTube. Cenk, go. No. Go. You don't need to stay here. This isn't good for, it's bad for your soul.